Welcome to Kelly's Tech Lounge, the podcast where I help children's activity providers simplify the tech, master their marketing and build a business that fits around family life. This week on Kelly's Tech Lounge, I'm going to be talking about when everything changed for me, and that was the point that I started to call myself a business owner. Now, I'm not sure if this is familiar for yourselves, but I started my business running messy play classes to have a better work-life balance. I'd worked in corporate for over 20 years and as a manager for 12, and that felt like a real career path. I felt successful. I felt like I'd actually gone on a journey. And then when I started my messy play classes, it was with the main intention of having time to spend with my children while they were young. I didn't see it as starting a business. I didn't see it as a career path. It was just something to fit around family life and earn a little bit of income. So when anybody ever asked me what I did, I always just used to say, I'm self-employed, or I run baby and toddler classes. I never really called myself a business owner. What was actually happening was I was working between nap times, I was working late nights, I was managing admin, bookings, DMs, prepping my classes, planning my classes, clearing up after classes, finances, every little single thing that larger businesses have different people to do, I was doing myself. There was just me. And I'm sure a lot of you out there are in exactly the same situation. You are doing everything, but your main drive is your classes, so you don't actually call yourself a business owner. I felt like I was just a mum trying to earn a little bit of extra money. I didn't feel professional enough to own the title of a business owner. And I didn't think my business was big enough to count. But what I realised very quickly was the way that I spoke to myself and about my business actually mattered. It changes how other people see you. But more importantly, it changes how you see yourself. So at the very beginning, I used to undervalue my classes. I'd say yes to absolutely everything. If anybody wanted me to do any kind of paid work, I would say yes. And I even said yes to free work quite often. I felt guilty all the time I was spending away from my kids, especially if that was doing stuff to try and grow my classes, but I wasn't directly being paid for it. And I never celebrated any of my wins because they felt too small. I think that women are often taught to shrink themselves. Businesses are often described as just this little side thing I do. And we struggle with confidence and owning the success that we've had. To the point that I actually nearly gave up running my classes. I felt like I was doing everything and I was putting everything into it, but it still wasn't enough. And then I realised that I'm actually running a business. This is a business. And I had systems, I had bookings, I had customers, I had structure already in place. I just needed to start treating it like a business. That is when everything changed and I decided to invest in myself and in tools that would work and progress my business. With all the years of experience I've had working in offices and running this business, the one thing that was my weakness was marketing, how to market online. So I decided to invest in some training and started to learn how to build a personal brand and how to stand out online, how to make yourself different to the person doing exactly the same class as you. And then I started showing up confidently as myself. I was the face of my business. I was the reason why people came to my classes. I then started to set boundaries and started to show up more confidently. The results were I got more inquiries, I started to fill my classes, and I increased my income. In my final year of running my messy play business, it was my most successful year, and I earned more money working less hours and less weeks of the year, which meant I had more time to spend with my family. I'd finally got there. I'd finally cracked the code and had the time to spend with my family, which was the reason why I set up the business in the first place. And what didn't change was my business. My business didn't change overnight. What actually changed was me and my confidence and how I saw myself. My biggest takeaway for you is you don't need to feel ready to call yourself a business owner. If you're already building something and you're balancing everything and you're making it work, you already are a business owner. So you're also showing your children what is possible if you believe in yourself and you follow your dreams. That is such an important message. So next time you feel guilty about spending time away from your children, just think about the actual lesson you're teaching them to follow their dreams and make something of themselves. Now, a couple of practical things you can do straight away. Go and have a look at your social media, your Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, your bios, and read them and see if they really stand out that you're running a business and you are a business owner. Are you the founder of your class? Or do you just put, I run baby and toddler classes? And if you feel they're not truly showing the effort and the time that you put in, I suggest you go and change your bios. Then start saying to yourself, I am a business owner. And say this to yourself repeatedly, and you'll start to believe it. Write down positive affirmations about your business and about what you do, where they're visible and you will see them. And biggest of all, stop minimising what you do. So when you start treating your business like a real business, it starts behaving like one. Your confidence in how you show up will change the way other people respond to you. You already have the skills, the drive, the vision, the passion, the dreams. Now it's time for you to start owning it. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening to this week's episode on Kelly's Tech Lounge. Before you go, if you're a children's activity provider and you're tired of relying solely on social media to fill your classes, I'd love to help. I've created a free guide called Getting Started with Email Marketing, where I walk you through my simple 4-step system to help you build an email list and turn it into bookings. Inside, you'll learn how to ask for permission to stay in touch with parents, set up an email system the easy way, send simple weekly emails, and sell to your list without feeling salesy. You can grab a free copy through the link in the show notes. And if you've enjoyed today's episode, make sure to hit the subscribe, because every week I'll be sharing simple tech tips, practical how-tos, social media advice and mindset shifts to help you grow your children's activity business in the pockets of time around family life. Until next time, keep building your business.